Well, good Saturday morning, everybody. Long time no see. Professor Hassey back on the Zoomathon for beginning a new academic year. And I appreciate you all coming on this Saturday morning in the midst of all that's going on this summer. Cole Roberts, good to see you, buddy. I'll talk to you later. We got beginning of our fall semester. And it's starting underneath a little bit of a cloud because we really do not know how our classes platforms will be made up yet. I will give you my opinion about that in a little bit about what we're going to do, but it's still officially undecided about how we're going to deliver our courses at all levels at the University of La Verne this coming fall. The only sure thing is that if you're a regional campus student, which none of you are, you'll be online. But the La Verne campus programs as of now are online, are going to be in class. But again, if I was in Las Vegas today putting $10 on that, I would definitely stay away from that bet. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. So again, everybody, welcome. I really do appreciate you making the effort. First of all, making the effort to send me your bios. Some students have yet to do that, but most of you have, and I appreciate that. That helps me in the course planning. And also, I appreciate all of you to coming today to our session. I am recording this session as well and going to be posting the link into a YouTube playlist for our Business 390 class for those students who are unable to make it today. Some students are working today. Some students are at home in international countries and don't have access to us today. And some students just, have better things to do. And I understand that, so that's not a big deal. So I am recording this and if any of you want to review this video later on, especially if I was interested in the CEO, CFO, and operations position with your prospective companies this fall, I'd pay close attention to today's discussions and maybe watch that video again. Those three assignments are going to be very important, especially operations, and I'll explain that a little bit later. So again, welcome everybody. Good to see you and good to hear from you. It's been a funny last few months. We are now beginning on Sunday, week 19, if you can believe it, of this pandemic experience, being at home or being with different rules. And it's been quite an experience. But as my teaching assistants, which I'll introduce to you in a minute, and they're all online here today, can attest, this is, even though a confusing time for a lot of us, it's a great time to study how to develop a business. It really is. During difficult situations where things are unknown, how to plan, operating, succeeding a business couldn't be a better time to practice this. First of all, you got nothing to lose. You're not going to lose any investors' money. Second of all, it gives you the ability as a student of business to be able to look at different types of scenarios of what ifs, what can happen, what are the unknowns, what are the dangers, and what are the possible successes. And this is, a lot of you are probably going to roll your eyes saying, okay, this is Hassey just trying to be a teacher. No, I can tell you from being in the professional world, when you get a job, when you're out of La Verne and you start working or you go to graduate school, you're going to be given different situations that you have to decide on. What is the best course of action? And sometimes you won't know, geez, I don't know what's the best course of action. What do I feel? What do I research? What do I determine? Well, you're going to be doing a lot of that this coming fall semester because everything's going to be unknown. If we decide to go online, we're probably going to do most of our sales on an online selling platform. That's a new experience, even for your faculty. If we become a hybrid class where we meet maybe once a month, once a week on campus, and then the rest of the time we're going to be meet online or remote. That's a new experience that we haven't done. If we're going to be totally on campus, who can we sell to? What type of products are we going to sell in the market of the environment now? I highly doubt most of us will be selling any products that have to do with traveling or things like that. So we all have to think about over the next 2 months, over the next 6 weeks before we begin our first day of class, September 1st, is what type of organization we are going to be. How is the platform for us to be successful going to be initiated? And what are the products or services we're going to sell in this marketing or economy that we're in today? That's something that all of you are going to be working on over the next 6 weeks before we even get to class on September 1st. Because if you don't do that, you're not going to be successful. And you're not going to learn how to develop an organization in this environment. A lot of you in our class, or many of you in our class, are athletes. And what do you do when you're an athlete in whatever team you're on and the situation changes? The team changes the defense. The pitcher changes pitches. The golf course has a windy day. The team you're playing in volleyball against or basketball against decides to put in a different lineup that you didn't plan for. How do you do that? Well, you adapt, you adjust, you change, and you have to do it on the fly. We're going to be experiencing the same thing in this class, and that's what's kind of cool about it. I know it's kind of scary and unknown, and oh geez, all right? But I think it's a great experience for you guys to put on your resume next December that you took a class in developing a business plan and a successful selling of a product in an economy and a market that severely had limitations on you. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. So that's what we're going to try to do. This business practicum, which is now beginning its 11th year, is designed to give usually the sophomore or the junior student a platform to be successful in their business career by taking finance, marketing, management. It gives you the skills and the disciplines to put it all together in our class 390 to prepare an organization where each student in that organization has a specific task, a specific responsibility to work with their team members to buy a product and sell it to the community. In return, part of your sales or marketing is for an organization that you all select, a charity, to give your profits to. And that's another important thing, and we'll talk more about this at our August 15th meeting, is the charity you select's got to fit into your business model. I would assume a lot of charities that you would think about this in this economy would be food banks, food organizations for helping people. Matter of fact, the University of Laverne has a food bank for our students. It would be nice that one of our teams raise money for our own student food bank. That'd be kind of cool. Also, battered wives, children, husbands. We've had an organization, we've done a lot of work in the last few years called House of Ruth, which helps out people who have unbelievable circumstances in their home environment. That's going around a lot today in this economy. There's a lot of organizations there to help. And also a lot of organizations are helping some of the victims besides people of this economy. Is what do a lot of people do when they're stuck at home and they're lonely or they need a smile? They get an animal. They get a dog, they get a cat, they get a lizard, whatever. And that wears off about after 3 weeks, and then we end up having animals that are not taken care of. So also a possible organization to help out would be pet organizations that help out animals. We want to help people from the profits and the learning that we make in this class. Food banks, battered wives and children, pets, helping the community. So think about that as we go forward and thinking about organizations that we want to help with our program. I want to show you a video right now. It's kind of corny. It's about 5 years old. And it was developed by students about, again, 5-6 years ago to show other students about our practicum program, how it evolves, what's it about. And I know a lot of you have been on campus for a couple of years, and you probably have had homeboys or have seen and heard about this class and this program before, and I'm sure you all have. But some of others of us haven't. We have some transfer students in our courses this fall, students coming from the community college or from other colleges. So they know nothing about our organization or our practicum. So this will help them as well. Okay, so let's take a look at that video. It's only about 2 minutes long, so let's take a look at that. See if I got my acting gear this morning with my technology.
The integrated program is intended to introduce students to the real world of business. They take finance, management, and marketing in one semester, and they take a fourth course called the practicum. In the practicum, they start a business, a real business with real money.
You team up with a group of students, and you get to see what it really means to start a business from the ground up.
We pick our different positions. We have CEO, CFO, the COO, marketing team, a sales team.
So once you establish your team, the next step is to figure out what you're going to sell as your product.
My group came together and we picked this 2-in-1 retractable cell phone charging cord.
Our company is Mad Shades, which stands for Making a Difference, and the reason we chose the product Shades is because it was a fun and quirky product.
Students have to come up with a business concept, develop a business plan, present their business plan to a group of bankers, and get $2,500 loan. All the profits from the business go to a local charity of the student's choice.
All along the way, you have a lot of help and guidance from very experienced professors and adjunct faculty from the university. But it also gives you the opportunity to learn about business, work with other business students in a competitive environment, and still have fun doing it.
During the practicum, I learned the importance of social media and marketing and how we can use social media to entice our customers to buying our product.
Operations gave me a chance to really make sure my team stays on track and also keep track of our inventory.
I was the sales director and I chose how we were going to sell the product at the events.
I learned the nuts and bolts of how to run the financial department of a business.
The faculty takes a hands-off approach when it comes to the practicum because they want to make sure that the students learn from their mistakes the same way they learn from their successes.
My favorite part of the program is the second presentation to Wells Fargo because the students show that they have progressed both personally and professionally.
The first presentation, I was stressed, I was nervous, but right now when I just did my last presentation, I was confident. I knew what I was talking about because I spent the whole semester learning and just actually doing these things hands-on, so I had no worries.
Instead of going to class and learning information that's going to go in one ear and out the other, I'm able to go out there, get hands-on experience that I will be able to take with me through my entire business career.
Okay, so that was pretty good. I mean, that gives us a little bit of what we're going to be doing in this class. And I sent you in my introductory email a week or so ago a document called the Organizational Plan for the Fall of 2020. And I hope you've had a chance to read this. And some of you have, because I know you're referring to it a little bit in your biographies that you sent me. But in this is a idea of what we're going to be doing, how this all works, some advice about how to get products, but I gave you a pretty good advice earlier. You got to think about the product selection in regards to the economy we're in now. I mean, we might be all online again this fall. How are we going to, we got to fit a product that can sell online, that we don't need to be in person, that we can sell on social media. I know a lot of you out there, because I follow a lot of social media from Laverne, a lot of you participate in social media. That's going to be probably one of our main vehicles to sell our product, okay? Also, we're going to be selecting positions in the next couple of weeks. And a lot of you have already told me what you're interested in. I want all of you to try to get that information to me as soon as possible, because I have set a deadline of August 1st, where I'll take the 20 students that I have in my practicum and divide them into teams of 3. 2 teams with 7 students, 1 team with 6 students. I'm going to be doing that by August 1st, and I'll be sending you those teams with their team titles, Laverne, Leos, Leopards, and then you guys will decide on your own team title. But I'll be doing that. But I cannot do that accurately without getting some input from you guys of what you would like to do. Also, if you have designated to me that you'd be interested in the CEO or in the CFO position, I need to interview you individually to making sure you understand the responsibilities and what you need to do. And that's going to be the week of August 3rd, where I'll arrange appointments with all of you. And we'll talk about those positions, and I'll gauge which is good for you, all right? But also we have a lot of positions in marketing and sales. Marketing and sales are going to be very important this coming fall, because probably we're going to be doing a majority of our sales online. It's going to require us to use sites, social media, have some tech savvy, which is great. Here's our tentative schedule for the fall. Give you an idea of what the responsibilities and when our first week of sales, be it online, in person, whoever, is October 5th. So we have from September 1st to basically October 1st, because that's when we meet with Wells Fargo and they lend us the money. Speaking of that, a lot of you probably don't know this, that Wells Fargo gives us a loan, each team, of $2,500. With that $2,500, we are to produce or buy a product, market it, sell it, pay off the loan to Wells Fargo, and whatever money we make goes to the charity of our designation. Real money. It's kind of cool. A lot of stress, though. A lot of stress, especially if you don't work together as a team. The best part of this practicum, and trust me, I've been doing this for 9 years. I know where all the bodies are buried, all right? When you're successful, it's when you act as a team. Everybody communicates. Everybody knows each other's responsibilities. Everybody is accountable. Excuse my French here. Oh, I screwed up. Oh, it's their fault. Oh, it's their fault. No, it's not their fault. It's everybody's fault. So remember that. Accountability, responsibility. You do those 2 things with your teams, you're going to make money, and you'll get an A in my class. I'll say that again. Accountability and responsibility. You do those 2 things, you're going to make money, and you'll get an A in my class. If you don't do those things, it's an open ball game. So that's an important thing to know. So take a look at this document, see the schedule, see how it works. Again, the platform that we'll be working with is still undecided. Okay? But by August 1st, I will have us arranged into teams and have a tentative selection of whose responsibilities are going to be what by the end of that next week, August 8th. So that's an important thing to remember for everybody. So that's our plan. That's our schedule. All right. Your responsibilities in the next couple of weeks before August 1st. Excuse me, guys. Lost my screen here. Hang on. There we go. Your responsibilities by August 1st is to communicate with me, and many of you already have, so thank you, about your bio, what you would like to do with the team. At the same time, by August 1st, I'd like you also to start thinking about products that might be available or you might have an idea to sell. All right? There's a whole slew of things. But also, I advise you this. Do not plan on buying from China. Not that I'm Donald Trump or anybody, but it's difficult now today with the pandemic for bringing things in this country from international. Tariffs, medical reasons, communications, So if you're going to Alibaba and you're going to Amazon and you're looking for products, make sure you purchase those products from a vendor in the United States of America. It's going to make it a lot easier and a lot less hassle. Trust me. Purchasing from an international country should be our last resort for a product. Yes, if we buy it from America, it's going to be more expensive. We're going to have to incorporate that in our business model. But it's going to be more convenient, it's going to be reliable, and in these economic conditions, it's going to be safer to you, less risk to you as a company manager. Buy from America. So you might go be looking at Best Buy sites. You might be looking at different types of products that you see all the time on Instagram and in Facebook about health-related issues, about safety, about computer technology, about safety technology, whatever. But also pick a product that you think is unique and that will attract some interest. Remember who you're going to be selling to. You're going to be selling online. You're going to be selling to your homeboys and your family members. And hopefully some of you might get some connections with some companies to purchase your product as corporate gifts for their employees or for their clients. That's another great idea. Corporate partnerships. What I would do in regards to products right now is I would begin, each and every one of you, of putting together an email list of about 10 to 20 individuals that on September 1st or whenever, you could send an email mailing with an online account and sell your product to those 20 individuals. That's a good start. Develop your network, your own individual network to sell your product. Think about who you would sell it to. Yes, it's going to be your family members, maybe your homeboys, but you might have other friends, other people. A lot of you work at companies right now. You might be able to sell it or use the companies you work with as a corporate partner. The sky is the limit. But in these economic times, we need to think out of the box. The online platform or the online sales, we're still working on. Your faculty members and I are still developing how we're going to do that. And I'll have an answer for you by our next meeting in August. And as that develops, I will send you emails and let you know the development of that, of what platform we're going to be using. You know, there's MyCommerce, Shopify, there's Etsy.com. There's all kinds of vehicles that we could use as an online platform. But one of the determining factors of an online platform that we're going to be using has to be safety and accountability and liability. We can't put ourselves in the position, because we are representing the University of Laverne, of having some difficulties with liability issues in the collection of funds or the distribution of products. So that's what myself and the faculty are working now to try to find the safest, securest, and less risk platform to use. If any of you have any suggestions of that, please give me a shout out. Okay? Now, in that regard, for all of you in attendance today, I'd like you to answer this poll. Your preferred method of sales, if you were a member of this practicum, which you are, what would be your individual preferred methods of sales? Would you be person-to-person and events, online site, social media and an online site, or just sell to corporations, corporate sales? What would be your individual choice? And teaching assistants, you answer this as well. What would be your individual choice of what type of platform you would like to sell? This helps me give some ideas about what you guys are interested in, what you guys feel like pursuing. So what do you think about that? I'll give you a couple more minutes, another minute. Nope, you guys all did it. Boy, you guys are right on the money here. Thank you. So as you can see, it looks like the majority is social media and an online site, which kind of makes sense. It's easier as far as logistics, depending on how we can get in and out of our house and our dorm or wherever we're going to be this fall. So this is good information for me. This gives me something to move forward on, and when we meet next, and when I start talking about your officers, who your CEO, CFOs are going to be, and also this is very important if you plan on being a chief operating officer, operations, because I'm going to depend on the operations officer to be in charge of the online site and social media. So that operations person is going to be the main responsibility of the team to monitor, create, manage social media and the online site, along with the marketing people as well. So the operations person is going to have a pretty hefty task this coming fall. Okay, thank you. That's great. Let me just show you. Here the results. And there they are. Isn't Professor Hassey clever for a Saturday morning in the summer having all this? Look at that. I mean, what a guy. Unbelievable. See what a good breakfast can do for you. All right. So that's where we are. So that gives us an idea. So I would think going forward, we're going to really concentrate on online and social media. Now, if we can go person to person, if we can do events, we'll do it. But I think, and if I was a betting person, I would think that most of us are going to be online this coming fall. And I know that's going to be disappointing to a lot of you. But we have a responsibility of safety. We have a responsibility to your parents and your family to put you in a learning environment that is not only safe and secure, but also that you get value for your money. And I understand that. So that's why myself and the faculty are working on it all summer. I'm putting together good systems, a good way of going about doing this. Now, again, that's my prediction. The university still has yet to decide. They're in the process of deciding that in the next couple of weeks. I think probably we're going to have a combination of on campus and off campus, to be honest with you. So we'll just have to wait and see. All right, but this is good feedback for us. So thank you. All right, last thing, and then I'll let you guys go. We have 3 teaching assistants. What happened to Amanda? She left me. Okay. We have 3 teaching assistants. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, sorry.
We have 3 teaching assistants that are going to help us. Each assistant will be assigned a team, and to help us organize our team, guide us, act as a mentor, and help us do the program. All these 3 women have been very successful in the past in our program and have been leaders, not only in the teams, but in the whole practicum as a whole. And so I have asked them to help us and take their time to help us this coming fall semester to do this. And I will send you their email addresses tomorrow in an email I'm sending to all our practicum. And I will send you their email address. If you ever have any questions, hey, what does this CEO job really do? All these three women were either CEOs or CFOs of their companies. All right. Very successful companies, I might add. They made a lot of money. Yes, they had problems, but they fixed them. And how did they fix them? Teamwork, ingenuity, aggressiveness. You think Warren Buffett didn't become a multi-zillionaire because he's a nice guy and he is nice, mild-mannered? Warren Buffett looks like a nice guy on TV, but behind the scenes, he's a friggin' shark. He's tough. He's a leader. He makes aggressive decisions. That's what we want to think about going forward. So first of all, Danny Sanchez. Danny, raise your hand. Show everybody you're here. There's Danny. Samantha Lusario. Sam, there she is there in her car. I have no idea why. And Armenta, there's Amanda right there. And they're our teaching assistants for this year. And I'll be calling on them a lot to guide you, to explain about difficult situations and how they manage them, to help you with the nuts and bolts of leading a 7 or 6 member team to get $2,500 from Wells Fargo and turn it into $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 of profit to give to a charity. All right? That's what we're going to be doing. All right? In the same time of all this, you'll be learning about the pluses and minuses of working with an organization. And a lot of you already know that. As I said earlier today, a lot of you are athletes. You know, ever been on a losing team and a successful team? Right off the bat, you can tell me the differences. Yes, it's also the quality of the players, but it's you get that team feeling, clubhouse feeling. We want to develop that with our teams. It's going to take a few weeks, but we'll develop that. Sam, Amanda, and Danny are here to lead us and help us with that. Trust me. I'm going to let you guys kind of go off and do your own thing. If you fail, you fail. If you succeed, you succeed. Danny, Amanda, and Samantha are my intermediaries. They help you directly. And because they've been through it. And that's why they're going to be very important to our program. Okay. Danny and Amanda or Samantha, do you have anything specifically to say to this group on this early occasion? Okay. Smart. Okay. All right. Before I leave you, let's just make sure we're all on the same page. We're going to meet next on Saturday, August 15th at 10 a.m. via Zoom. At that time, we're going to, you already know what team you've been assigned in. And by that time on the 15th, you'll probably already know who your CEO is and your officers and your responsibilities within your team that you've been selected. Also on August 15th, we'll begin to discuss in quite detail what type of products we're going to select and associated charities that we might pick from those product selections. So when I send you the team list on August 1st, I'll attach the emails of all your team members. We begin to get into groups and start discussing. You might open up text messaging or chat sessions, organizations, using different types of platforms that you guys are more familiar with than I am. I like to use Slack. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with that. That's more of a corporate thing. But begin to start thinking about your products and charities beginning on August 1st when I announce the teams. Now again, if you don't like the team you're on, maybe you've had an ugly experience with somebody in the past and I don't want to know the details, you can just request to me, Professor Hasse, would it be possible to be selected on another team? And I have no problem with that. I'd rather get that out of the way now before we get going into September and things start picking up in our class and you're not happy. So if you're not happy with your team selection, you let me know immediately. All right, so I can change that. It's not a big deal. It doesn't affect anything. It happens. Happens every year. All right, I'll do the best I can with the information. I know a lot of you already because I've had you in classes. I know a lot of you already through athletics. I know a lot of you through student organizations. And the ones I do not know, I'll depend on your bios to help me out. And I will arrange a mix of students in every class, students with an interest in marketing, students with an interest in sales, students with an interest in finance, students who want to be a CEO, students who have an interest in operations. It'll be a mix of everybody together in each team. No, I will not put homeboys and homegirls in your teams together. That ain't going to happen. It'll be based on my knowledge of what in the past of what makes a good team work, that mix of people. Okay? This is not a fraternity. This is business. All right? So that's where move accordingly with that. All right. There's your task. Anybody have any questions of me this Saturday morning? No? Son of a gun. All right. Palm. Look at Palm's on board. Palm, I forgot. What town do you live in? Palm. Palm is from, I believe, Bangkok, I think. Look at that. It's probably in the middle of the night there, and he's online with us this morning. What a guy. And there's Cole Roberts. Cole, how you doing, buddy? Give me a thumbs up. All right, Cole, good to see you. Glad you're back. Glad you're back. You look thinner, though. Put on some weight, will you, for Pete's sake?
I'm trying to.
All right, good.
I'm about 30 pounds less than what last time you seen me. So.
I know it. I should have those problems. That's good, though. Good, nice to see you, Cole, and glad you're back.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. I'll let you go. No Oh, I have a chat question. Let's go. I bet you that's Palm. Yep, it's in the middle of the night where Palm is. All right, thanks, Palm. Probably drunk. No, I shouldn't say that. All right. All right. So you guys should all know your schedules. You should all know whether you have Professor Abadante or Professor Hippler in finance, whether you have Professor Rossum or Professor Fialo in marketing, whether you have Professor Hicks or Professor Furitan or Professor Romani in management. So you should already know that. You got the Hassman for Business 390, so you're stuck with me on that one. All right. So we're all organized. Your jobs now are to follow that agenda, and I'm going to be sending you that agenda tomorrow in an email going with a link to this session for some of the students who weren't here today so they could view it and get organized. I'm going to put you in teams by August 1st. And then after that selection, I'm going to sit down with the people who have shown interest in CEO and CFO positions to talk with them individually. And then the next time we meet in August, we're going to have a pretty good idea or a good thinking behind what products we're going to be using and begin to get organized for our first class on September 1st. Ugh. You know, isn't this a drag? You got to start working on school in the middle of friggin' July. And we still don't even know where we're going to be yet. You guys are wonderful to put up with this nonsense. So I commend you all. All right, guys, thanks a lot. I had to break up a golf date today to do this, so I hope you know the sacrifice that I had to give up. But be that as it may, I am going to be enjoying working with you all. I really enjoy teaching this class. Sometimes it gets to be a pain in the ass for everybody, but it's a good class. You'll learn a lot, and you'll have fun. I hope you have fun. And so we'll move forward on that. As questions develop or you have concerns over the next few weeks before our meeting in August, feel free to text me, email me, whatever, and I'll be more than happy to answer your concerns. All right, if there's nothing else, I'll send you away. Thanks a lot, everybody, and we'll see you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Hello, Professor Hassey.
Hello, Mike.
Hello. I apologize. Last time I forgot to send you the questions after the Zoom meeting.
Yes.
Can I still send you the questions through the
Please
email?
do that, Mike. I've been waiting for that. And also, I need to see your bio for our 390 class. I haven't received that yet either.
Okay, definitely. I'll work on those two and
Get those
to
to
your
me
email.
get those to me by tomorrow, and I'd appreciate it. And then I can do some work for you. Okay.
Definitely. Thank you so much,
All
Professor
right, Mike.
Hassey.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Darius, are we still playing soccer? Oh, he's off. All right. Okay, that's our class. Here we go.